Hello, I'm Ivan Nabi, and I still don't have a Pokemon shirt. It's been 21 years of Pokemon, about 1 year since I filmed the last Pokemon anniversary. Still don't have a Pokemon shirt. Kinda surprising me. Yeah, like in the last year was the 20th anniversary for a year. There was a bunch of things every month. Didn't buy a Pokemon shirt. Just looking back, and that's a little surprising to me. But let's go on. I probably should try to get one at. I mean, like I have like three Pokemon cosplays, and I don't have a Pokemon shirt. It's just perplexing. That's what it is. Though, admittedly, I did buy a lot more Pokemon plushes this year. I mean, look at how many Pikachu's I got there now. Hmm. Anyway, yeah, it's a 21st anniversary of Pokemon. What is there to say? Honestly, not much. I said it in the last anniversary video. It's an impressive feat. Pokemon has gone on strong. It still has a very loyal fan base, and it's. I will admit I don't watch the anime as dedicatedly as I used to. I'm still trying to catch up. I'm still a big fan of the games. The characters are long lasting, and I'm still gonna buy more Pokemon stuff as they come along. So it's not like it's over or anything. So what am I gonna say here? Why am I doing this video when I have absolutely nothing to say? Actually, I do have something to say. There's something I like about the Pokemon world. It's got its own world, culture, and everything. So, a couple of weeks ago, probably actually months at this point, somebody brought a question to my attention. Somebody else asked it and it was passed around a little bit. The question was basically, if you lived in the Pokemon world, what would you be? Like, you're still you, but you're living in the Pokemon world. What would you be? And I look, most people are gonna say trainer right off the bat, but personally, that seems like a little limited to me if you ask me, because kind of everybody is a trainer in Pokemon. I mean, yeah, some people battle, some people do this, some people do that. But if you live with a Pokemon, you keep them, you try to make them better in some way. I think that's you're basically a trainer. It's like, what kind of job would you have? That's what's interesting me. This is what got me thinking about this question. And look, I've been thinking, like, would I be a Pokemon professor? It's like possible, but I think that requires a lot more patience than I have. And I'm not, and I don't think I would be a trainer because like a battling trainer, because honestly, the battles aren't my favorite part of the game. I like exploring. I like capturing these Pokemon, cataloging them, which, that's part of the reason for a moment I thought I might be a professor. I'm not going to be a breeder because, honestly, even in games, I don't bother with IVs or stats, stuff like that. Coordinator? I had some fun at some of those little mini games, but honestly, they weren't my thing. Connoisseur? Have trouble saying the word, so I probably wouldn't. Plus, I think it requires a certain kind of ego. Yeah, I said it. So, after lots of thought, I thought, what am I gonna be if I lived in the Pokemon world? Some people figured it out right away. Some people not so much, but I'm not so much. I think this is, if I lived in the Pokemon world, if I lived in everything, if I was still me, I would still be me. Like, yeah, here's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I would become a trainer like any kid at age 10. I would get my starter Pokemon and go on my journey. But as a trainer, I think personally I would kind of wash out. I would like collecting Pokemon, I would like discovering them, but not in a strictly scientific sense. Yeah, I've been told that I have a very scientific oriented mind, but in itself, it's more like a passing interest for me, not a dedication and study. In the end, I think what I would be a writer. I would still be a storyteller. I would tell stories because that's kind of That's literally my Twitter handle for the reason that I tell stories. The only difference that would be that I would have been a trainer. I would have caught Pokemon. I would have gone on adventures, and I'd have that to pull into. That's pretty much the only difference I see, and I don't see it as that bad. Okay, look, there's been over 2 decades of Pokemon at this point. We've gotten games that explore actual mythology in the world, not creating its own world mythology like in many games and stories. They have their own stories in there. They have gods, Pokemon that are revered as gods. Hail Arceus and all holy being upon his names. There is a history. We apparently there's been like global sized wars in this world. And honestly, I'd probably end up writing about some of that stuff. I tend to draw from mythologies and everything already, so I'd probably just hop over into Pokemon mythologies. Oh, Darkrai mysteries or something. I would get a Dragonair. That's gonna happen. If I was a trainer of any sort, I would find the way to capture a Dragonair. If I had to get a Dratini and raise it as my own, I would. I love you guys. I, I like Dragonair. If you haven't noticed, like I have a couple more pictures over. It's like everywhere, really. Yeah, Dragon's my favorite. I would get a Dragonair. Probably write a lot of stories involving dragons, which is weird because I don't write a lot of stories with dragons now. But I probably would for this fella. Yeah, that's what's something I love about the Pokemon world, that it has this mythology that some Pokemon become legends. Dragonair can control the weather. Entei is one of the 3 Pokemon brought back to life by Ho-Oh. Zapdos, Lugia, and Moltres and Articuno keep the world in balance because of water thing. Okay, it's been a while since I've seen the 2000 movie. I really should see it. You and I think there's and about my job about writing stories about Pokemon, it kind of is a job in the Pokemon world. One thing that I noticed about this new series of video game, they had contradicting stories about some of the Pokemon based because of the region. One of them is Cubone. The original game said Cubone got its skull from its mother. The thing it wears, that's the skull of its mother. Okay, and that's a fine horror story, but think about it this way. If that happened, the population of Cubones would have diminished to nothing a long time ago. There's also the fact that Cubones are born wearing that skull. We've seen it. And there are other horror stories. This Pokemon, if you look at their back, it will suck out your soul. This Pokemon is made of the spirits of the children who died in Forest Lost. There's a lot of kind of creepy pasta stories about Pokemon, which I have to say is probably not real. And when you check the Pokedex entries, it says they are. My thinking is that those aren't so much scientific facts as they are stories, just like legends, urban stories, things like that. That's just people explanation for things. I kind of want to be the guy who just makes up stories about Pokemon and presents them as facts. Will I be a liar? Probably. Would I have a fun time doing it? Definitely. Honestly, like that, they can't all be from the skull of their mother. It just, if you do the math on that, that population would have died out eons ago. Okay, maybe centuries. Let's go centuries. So yeah, that's what I would be. I would be a guy making up stories about Pokemon in the Pokemon world. It's not that different from what I already do. Honestly, I've been reading fan fiction about Pokemon. That's something. Mm. Maybe in the next year. Anyway, I just wanted to do a short video because, yeah, it's Pokemon Day. I love Pokemon and I wanted to do something about it. I would suggest you do too. It's, maybe a little nostalgic on my part, but it's nice to tap into your love of something from your childhood. Even though it's quite clear that I still love it now. Anyway, happy Pokemon Day, and if you like, tell me down in the comments below what you would be in the Pokemon world. I'm honestly interested in hearing what people have to say about this. Anyway, You can follow me on Storyteller Navi, links down below and everything. So have a good Pokemon day and, thanks for watching.